What's up guys, Rainer here, back again. Today we'll be covering the top voted assassin in my assassin straw poll that I had on the Smite forums. Nemesis, the goddess of vengeance and justice. Let's start with her passive. Nemesis holds Scales of Fate. She holds Scales of Fate in balance, blah blah blah. Basically what it does is when you hit your opponents with the auto attacks, it will steal their magical power and physical power from their target, or from the items that they have built in their kit, and give them to Nemesis. It steals 3% of the power per hit on their auto attacks, capping out on a total of 3 stacks, and the stacks last for 5 seconds. Basically, the more you hit someone with your auto attacks, the weaker they get and the stronger you get. It's an excellent item, or excellent passive for especially an assassin character. Her 1, Swift Vengeance. It's her double dash. She dashes in a line, deals damage to her opponents if she dashes through them. She also gets the 2 dashes, which make her a very quick threat. There's a clip coming up later, I'll let you know when it happens, where I chase down Poseidon from an unbelievable distance using my dash and sprint. Just showing the raw pursuit power of Nemesis. So yeah, let me just kind of forebear this. This match here that I have with Nemesis is not the best game of Nemesis I captured when I sat down to capture this. But I feel like this footage here really shows her strengths and her weaknesses very well. Here at the beginning, I'm just kind of playing passively, sitting back on my heels, because Nemesis is very weak in the early game, as most assassins are. She can very easily get bursted down by a lot of people. So you really got to be careful when you engage early game with Nemesis. That being said, this is of course arena footage, and she will get overwhelmed very quickly in arena. You won't have the exact same problems. Here I pick up the first blood and try to get the Thanatos kill, but he gets away, and I overcommit far too much and catch a Poseidon wave to drop me.
An enemy has been slain.
So moving up here as the fight rages on. Let's talk about her 2, Slice and Dice. You saw me use it there on Scylla before Ymir took my kill. It's easily her best ability. Her best ability that she's got in her kit. It's got a big wide swath. You see me use it. Here it is. Watch how quickly Nemesis can clear jungle camps with her Slice and Dice. Just 2 minions down right away. It's just wonderful for jungle clear. If you catch your enemy in the middle portion, you see that red portion when it comes up, your enemy is also slowed, which is just a fantastic chase buff. The slow is caps out at about 50%, and the damage will cap out at about 140 plus 25% of your damage.
Okay.
So it doesn't do like a phenomenal amount of damage. I mean, you can see that it'll chunk really hard off the squishy characters, but I mean it's not like it's an insta kill like it used to be when she came out. Her 3, Retribution, it's the shield. You see me use it a couple of times. This is Nemesis's hardest to use ability, just for the fact that because of when Nemesis first came out, she had such a power problem that they nerfed her down from her ultimate, or from her 3. So now it's only a 2-second ability. You saw I just used it there against Ymir, or the Kraken. Now I'm just trying to get away. I am going to escape here, but it's irrelevant. Anyway, this is easily the ability that's going to take the most practice to use effectively. Is her Retribution. You don't want to drop it too early because it only lasts for a couple of seconds. You've really got to make it count. So make sure, like, I mean, a good time is Hades' ultimate because it'll chip out on Hades' hits. The shield caps out at about 500 health, so you can only take as a maximum of 500 health. Is what it'll add to you. Here I pick up a good double kill on Scylla and Poseidon, just showing how good Nemesis is at taking down burst mages. Even though I've only got 2 items built right now, I'm still handling this Scylla and Poseidon very easily. The other thing to know about her 3, the shield, is that it'll reflect damage back. It caps out at about 50% of the damage received. So if you take 500 damage, it'll drop back to another 250 onto your opponent. So it works really well if you can time it right. It's easily the hardest ability to get used to, as I said, But just know that when moving ahead. And then her final, Divine Judgment. She deals a big chunk of damage to her enemies. It affects herself and the enemy gods. For the enemies, it caps out at about a flat 50% of the enemy's current health. So if you drop it on a Guardian, you're going to chunk off probably 1,000 health at level 20. And it drops their, or it increases her move speed for 25%, or by 25%. So she's faster. And it lasts for 8 duration. Her buff lasts for 8 seconds. The enemy debuff lasts for 5. So it's a great initiation. It's also a great pursuit option. It works really well. So I just died a minute ago to Artemis, and that brings up the really key fact of one of Nemesis's biggest problems that she has, and that's crowd control. The enemy team here, that's really the reason they're able to shut down Nemesis so effectively when they shut me down. I go positive in this match, but not by much. And the fact that they can get me with so many kills is just the raw crowd control. Nemesis has no real way to deal with the hard CCs. When she gets rooted by Scylla, I mean, she's basically free. You just got to kind of stand there and take the damage. Because, I mean, with a burst mage like Scylla, you really got to be careful. Here again, you see that excellent wave clear on that jungle camp, allowing me to pick up the red buff. So let's jump into an item build, because I feel like it's worth it. Bumbas Mask, always to start out with a jungler. I always recommend picking up Bumbas Mask just because it's good for you. Here you'll see that I'm working on trying to fight Scylla, and I'm going to go real hard here to pick up the kill. I activated my sprint. Now I'm using my dash to get away from Poseidon as my entire team feeds the opposing Thanatos, which is another great reason that we lost. Just barely dodging these Poseidon ults. So anyway, Bumbas Mask to start off with, just because if you're playing Nemesis, you should probably play her jungle. You can play her solo lane. I don't recommend it. She's not terribly good at it, especially if you're just starting out. Once you get good at Nemesis, you can she's definitely viable solo lane. But just be careful, especially when you're starting her out. Next off, we're going to go with Warrior's Tabi, just because it's really going to help her. One, with her movement speed, and two, it really helps with the physical penetration when you're going to fight. When you start getting fed, people are going to build protections. It's going to help you get through those a little bit. Next up, Jotunn's Wrath, once again, because that penetration. You do a lot of damage. Here's that pursuit of Poseidon. I mean, I came from half a field away and chased him down. So, I mean, no one is really ever safe from Nemesis. Scylla gets away here because I wasn't able to burst her down fast enough because I'm really bad at assassins. Anyway, Jotunn's going to help you with your cooldowns because that's one of Nemesis's other major shortcomings. Her cooldowns, I mean, if you don't get some CDR, they are like... I mean, you might as well start a new game before your cooldowns happen, especially on her 3. I mean, that thing's like 20 seconds. It's ridiculous. 18. It's 18 to be precise. I got the info right here. Next up, after Jotunn's, you're going to want Qin Sai. Qin Sai is basically its attack speed, its physical power, and you can chunk health off. It's really expensive now because they've changed the cost of it, but it's still a very necessary item. Because while it may seem like she's an ability-based god, she's still an assassin, and she's still very auto-attack based. I heard that pig go off, and I don't want any part of it. I got lucky there, and Ymir helped us kill off the enemy Artemis before she was able to finish me, but it was damn close. Fifth item, Rage. Once again, it's just going to help with your auto attacks and your crits. Once you get some items built here, I mean, I'm at Qin Sai and Rage right now. I mean, she just becomes a crit monster. She just crits, and then she crits again, and then she crits a few more times. I mean, there you go. Just crit, 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 crit. I'm once again trying to get out of here. Check out that clutch Aegis to keep myself alive in the Scylla ult. That was pretty solid. I'm still really proud of that. A little giddy over it. And then finally Deathbringer, just to make her crits more critical to round out that big burst damage build. So, things to do with Nemesis. The way you want to play is you just gotta... One of the hardest things that you're going to have to do is learning with Nemesis here. Is you've really got to learn how to stick to your targets. And when I say stick to your targets, I mean do not let them get out of the reach of your auto attack. She's got just a million slows, so you've got that option in front of you. If you're still having trouble, picking up a Frostbound Hammer is not a bad call. I would replace probably after Bumbas Mask with the Frostbound Hammer, just if you're having real trouble sticking to your opponents. She has real issue with that. Another place that she's got those issues is, like I said, crowd control. And she's also got very, very low health, so you've got to be careful. Here I try to count it out just right to activate my shield to counter the Thanatos ult, but I didn't pull it off. And I suffer the death again. I'm just going to let it run out here, because we're right at the end. And we go down, and our team eventually loses. Spoilers. But we go down in just dramatic fashion, as we do. So, the keys you got to remember. Watch out for crowd control. If you're going up against Anubis or somebody like that, wait until they use their roots. You got to be careful.
Got the double kill.
I mean, you can see right there, I just picked up that lightning fast double kill. She's got the burst damage. She's not a very hard god to use as far as when it comes to actually getting your kills that you need to get. The key is just, you know, when you're playing her in the jungle, you got to watch those crowd controls because she's a glass cannon. If you don't get the kills, you're going to die. So watch the CCs. Make sure you stick your slows when you can. And stay glued to that enemy. Make sure you use your auto attacks.
You have been slain.
Anyway, guys, if you have any questions about Nemesis, down in the comments. I mean, I'm not an expert, but maybe somebody else in the sub-count is. And can help you out more than I can, because I'm terrible at assassins. Anyway, this has been Rainer. I'll see you next time. Peace out.